This time is gonna be different, but I'm very disappointed. And I'm only one need to know about this, so let's talk about it. Next year is gonna be disaster. I'll tell you why, because things is going to get worse. So this is the whole thing about the AI problem for next year, because the way I see it's just gonna get worse, so I'm gonna explain. So let's start with first thing first about the AI problem. So someone needs to stop it. So, well, I don't even care to say it, but because the point is, because it's going to take advantage for all of us. So I'll explain. So here's what's going to happen for next year. So one, we're having the problem with NVIDIA, and plus our stick RAM is going to be cost like a more money than that. For me, luckily for me, I still have a DDR5 64 gig 6400 M I don't know if I could say it right, but I'm gonna call it M instead. So I have those for like 250 from the past. I didn't buy it again because I was doing something. Well, I went on vacation. I had to pay it back. I went on another vacation, but I had to pay it back. And plus, I've been saving up some money. I had to give some. I'm working on my money problem. So you know what I mean. It's everyone's business. So once they raising up the money, then it's causing a lot of problem. This is the biggest problem. What I hate the most. But here's another problem. I had to wait for like 3 or 4 months to make more money to buy the graphic card. So that's the problem for the AI. They're taking advantage on my PC. Thank you. And next up, they're going to do it with the SSD. Yeah, I heard. Now, I had to buy it before that happened, but I had to make like, I don't know, like $1,300 for the whole stuff. I cannot buy the RAM, so I had to buy four storage. Don't ask me why I need the four storage. I already explained that from the last video. Four storage and one power supply, and then I can build my PC before that happened. So I'm gonna explain what's going to happen for the next year. For the next year, it's gonna be taking advantage for the new gaming. So I would say for the other company or the other console that they can use. The first one I was thinking about the games. I remember last time they're using a new remix game from Halo, like Halo Combat Evolve remix. So I heard the other rumor was saying that they're using AI for the Combat Evolve. I was afraid. I was very afraid if they do that. But for the games that this is hard to say because they don't need like developer or artists that they can do all type of stuff for their games. But that's where the problem comes from. If you use AI to take care of their games, take care of how things are, because the problem is that what I did saw from the AI are like it's like they're gonna do three things. One, AI is going to make the game for you. Two, they're gonna make a AI the AI model or AI art for the game or weapon or something like that. And three, what's the third one? Oh yeah, voice actor. Yeah, they're gonna use a voice actor. They're gonna use a sound. They're gonna use something that what the game is going to be look like. But here's another catch. But we all know how bad this is. But they're gonna use it for cheaper. But here's the problem: if you let that happen, but the AI has more problem than from what happened last time. If you use it like that, it's gonna mess it up the whole game. It's not gonna be that perfect. It's not gonna be like it's not gonna be how it was it's supposed to be. It's gonna be like a terrible voice actor, terrible sound, or terrible looks, a terrible gameplay how it is supposed to be look like. So if I say like, I could say like 100,000 people bought it. If they bought it, and other people are going to make a review. If other people make a review, they're going to say this game is bad. If people are saying this game is bad, people feel like they don't want to buy that game. It's just like the fact that, okay, we're not going to buy this, so we're not going to buy this one instead. So that's what's going to happen. If every game using with the AI for all these newer games, here's what's going to happen. They're not going to make much money. If they're going to get much money, they're not going to get the better review. They're not going to get the better reviews because they're going to say like, "Oh, oh, they're going to say, "Oh, this game's good. This game is really good." If you look at the review, the game is bad. So, if you're going to see how many people are really don't like this game. If people don't like this game, they're not going to take that game. They're not going to buy the game. They're not going to say it's a good game. They're going to say nothing. So, that's what happened from Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7 because they don't like the game because they're using AI for all this. So, that's what's going to happen for their game. For the next part, I was thinking about the console. Right. So what happened was about people complaining about RAMs. So my guess is Xbox is going to reach up more money for $800 for the full console. I haven't heard PlayStation didn't say anything to that. But the question was, what's going to happen for the next gen console in 2027? Well, I know Microsoft says it's going to be around like a $1,200 for the brand new console. That sounds like people are buying their own PC. Once they put that, then you're going to see something even worse. PlayStation will do the same. That's my guess. Because until the PlayStation 6 release, it's going to be cost like a $1,200. If PlayStation don't do that and they want to play fair, maybe that could be a good chance that people could buy it. If not, if PlayStation does the same thing with Xbox, they're not gonna make much money. So, like I said, what happened to the games? So the games will do the same thing like an AI did, but for the console they made, well, it's not. Well, I could say I'm not gonna say AI made console, but you already heard what happened to the RAM is they already reach up more money, and they raising up the price again. If they do that, well, the console is not going to be good. And plus, they might probably give out for the cheaper one for the ridiculous idea for the RAM. For the new RAM, it's going to be a lower gigabyte. Maybe the lower gigabyte for the console, what they're all supposed to get. That's my guess because if they buy a PlayStation 6 with a brand new console, but the RAM will be lower than the PlayStation 5 or probably PlayStation 6, no, PlayStation 4 too. If a PlayStation 6 is not good enough, it's not going to be the best console because they gave out for the lower RAM than the PlayStation 6. That's a huge problem. That's like asking people for more money. Like, think about it. If you already have your old phone, it already costs like $1,000. Your phone's good. You have a 4K phone plus 60 frames per second for the video. But if you buy a brand new phone that costs $1,500, it's gonna if people are and this is like a brand new phone, it's way better than the old one. Once you use it, your phone is not gonna be that great because one, it doesn't have 4K, two, it doesn't have 60 frames per second, and three, while you're playing the video game on the mobile, it's not going to be good enough. It's like a brand new phone, but like you're gonna say like this is a scam. Why you give out with the lower? Why you give out like a crappy phone is a brand new phone? If if people gonna say it's the best phone that they give out, but that's not a good deal because people are going to stick with their old phone instead and without selling it. Oh yeah, don't you think about like buying your old phone back? If you buy your old phone, your old phone could be like cost like around like $5,000. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. If your phone has more than, like, let's just say this, if your phone can support like 12 RAM of your full phone, but if you trying to switch up to your new phone, your phone's gonna support like 4 RAM. If a 4 RAM is not good enough, then you want to buy your old phone back. But your old phone is gonna be cost like $5,000. But you already paid that phone from the past like $1,000. But if they said too bad, if you need $5,000, you have to save up and make more $5,000 before they take it. Ridiculous, right? Of course, because that's the problem of the RAM. So that's what's going to happen for the brand new console instead. If they do that, I didn't say they do it now. Yeah, I'm saying if they do that. This is really ridiculous. All the gaming series is going to be worse. And here's a second one for the AI movie and show, or probably video. No, not video. I mean, video and show is the same, but like I could say, let's just talk about it. So let's talk about AI on the show or movie. So I heard Disney are using AI, or other people are using AI for their own idea for their own show. But here's the problem: if they use AI, if they use AI for the movie or for the show, they're gonna make things worse for their own series. Like, let's just say like Avenger Doomsday. In Avenger Doomsday, if Disney wants to make a better AI, but if they use the AI for the other characters or same voice actor and they already pass away and they're not gonna replace, like, let's just say like they want to put an Easter egg on Stan Lee or L'Challa from Black Panther. They want to put bring them back, and plus to have an AI voice and an AI animation. That's the huge problem. If they use that, it's gonna be worse. If they use it to get things worse, they're gonna ruin the movie. If they ruin the movie, they might did a bad job. If they do that, then they're not gonna make the perfect movie, just like how it was the Avenger, like Avenger Endgames or Avenger Infinity War. But they want to do something more better than like Avenger Doomsday. If they cannot do it right, they're gonna mess it up. I mean, that's a big problem. If they're gonna mess it up, even like a show too. Don't forget the voice actor and the show. They might ruin it too. And what happened was that if they use it every time for the show, they going to like get away from that because they just want to make the show real better without dealing some artists. So they're gonna fire more like artists or voice actor, everything. If they're gonna use AI for instead, if they use the AI, it's going to ruin the movie and the show, or I mean, not and or the show. If they keep doing this every time, it's going to ruin everything. So the biggest problems, what they're going to get, it's from them, and they're not going to make much money. They're going to lose their business. So that's what's going to happen. So if they continue using the AI, what's going to happen to all of us as human? So good question. Well, good question. I'm going to start myself. For me, I had to make a, I had to make like $100,000 to buy my to buy my own company. Let's just say this: if I had my own business for my own gaming, so I could get $100,000 to buy a bunch of PC that if I can hire more developer to make a better game, like without using the AI. Plus, if we do that, then we're going to get much money than these guys. But here's the problem we had to make because we're having a problem with the RAM, we're having a problem with the graphic card, and we might have a problem with the SSD. But we need to buy expensive stuff before that happens. So that's the biggest problem was going to happen for the main future. But the question was that what about other people? What about other people besides you? What about like some? What about Hollow Knight? Or what about some? Or what about some other people who doesn't use AI instead? So that's a good question. If they don't use AI, if they continue their own business, they're not. If they don't, let's just say this: if they don't play smart, they're gonna replace human and they're gonna use AI to get away from this. If they don't, maybe they want to keep them instead giving giving AI to giving with AI to replace human. If they don't like that, maybe they decide to say no, we're not going to replace the human. We're going to replace the AI and with a real person. So they're going to have a real people to make their own game. If they do that, they're going to make more money without using their AIs. If they don't make more money, they're going to lose their business because the AI is not a good idea to use. For the other people, if they don't use AI, if they use like a real people, they're not going to lose the business. But they're going to have a hard time to get a PC that, like, let's just say they're going to get like a PC or RAM graphic card and the SSD for working on their own games. So that's the biggest problem that they had to deal with because they had to make more money than that. So that's what's going to happen. So for the other show, like what I watched from Glitch, my let me grab my favorite toy right here. Like this guy, like N. Like they made their own show from like Murder Drones or The Amazing Digital Circus, Gaslight, or something like that. And there's another show like Has Been Hotel or Hell of a Boss or other show. If they don't use AI, if they continue their own artists, they're going to make more money for that. If they don't use AI, but they don't want to replace human, but they want to have a real voice actor, they're not going to do that because they feel like it's a bad idea and it's going to waste a lot of these. It's going to waste a. It's going not like waste. It's going to ruin the show, and plus they don't want to replace human because of cheaper money. They have to buy expensive one because they are a real people. They want to buy a real person who can do all the voice actor they can do that. So they don't give a fuck about the fucking AI because AI is a fucking dumbest idea in the fucking world. There, I might curse, and I don't want to get argument. Oh, I'm gonna put it right there. So my point is that if you use AI, you're going to lose your business. If you don't use AI, you're going to be fine. And you're going to have a hard time to do all this work what you need to buy for your PC, a real person, something like that. If you work together to get everything what you need to get, you're going to make a game or you're going to make a show and you're going to sell out for comic book, you're going to do the good job and you're going to get much money. If they don't make much money, they're going to fail their business. I rather to shut down for AI or destroy AI. I want to destroy AI. I swear to God, I want to destroy it. I want to grab a tank or nuke it on their building. I don't want to think about killing people or anything like that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like destroy AI business and they're not going to use AI ever again. So my point is, if they don't use AI, if they lose their business with the AI, they're going to fail and they're going to return back what people really want and they can use these other they can use like they're going to use a real human instead, so they don't want to use AI instead. So that's what's going to happen for next year or 2027. I would say that if they fail their business, they're going to make things worse. So yeah, but they're going to destroy gaming, but their gaming is going to be complete fail. So Don't forget that. So yeah, that's going to happen. And also, I really don't like YouTube using the AI too. Yeah, YouTube using the AI. So that's very disappointed, but they shouldn't use that instead. I really want to slap YouTube so hard. I don't even care. So yeah, so that was it. So I'm not happy for telling you for all this about AI problem because this is like replacing human. But for me, I'm supporting with real people this time. I'm supporting like stop killing game, no AI or something like that. There's so many people out there who really want to support with the real people without using the AI. So yeah. So I don't feel like they shouldn't do that. I thought for me, I thought AI could use it for the joke if they use it like animation, but they take things too far this time. And they use it for the dark web too if you call 911. Don't forget that. So, yeah. You know what? It could be terrible if they keep doing like this. If they ruin everything for next year, I'll say good, you deserve it because you shouldn't use the damn AI from the first place. You know what? If I make my own show, I'm not gonna use the AI. If I make my own game, I'm not gonna use AI. If you're gonna get mad at me for saying that I should use AI, well, there's my message. So yeah, see ya.